guys, Michael the Mechanical here. For all the videos I've tried to make on my phone and upload, I've had some nightmares. And the nightmare being running out of storage space. So some of the videos I've made have not been uploaded. Some of the videos I'm working on, I never edit. And they're always stored on the camera, then removed from the camera, put on the computer, and then not touched ever again. So today, I'm just giving you the update on where I'm at with everything. I'm still working on car stuff. I just went to the shop to buy a die. I can't use this die. Out of all the 4 tools, or 5 tools we got, not one of them houses the die. So this should fit in this, and it doesn't quite, and there's no screw in it to locate it. Doesn't fit this because it's a huge one. Doesn't fit this because it's a huge one. And it won't fit this one because even that's a huge one. Then there's this little one, and it won't fit in there either. And I thought we had one. Okay, we don't. Okay, we've got to need a new one. Gotta get a new bar. I came up with a solution. Today, this thing here is going to get a secondary housing. So this gets turned into a housing to suit this, which will then suit this. And that means that this piece of steel is just about the right size to machine diameter. And then the inside here is suitable for me to machine out to make housing for that. So that's the plan currently. Apologies for the crackly voices. We are still working on floating carriage. I just pulled out my kit to try and do something, and that's not going to happen. So I'm going to pack this away while I'm talking to you guys. So the plan right now is... Actually, I should show you where I'm at with some stuff. I should always save it too. But no one ever watches my videos, so... what does it matter? It doesn't matter whether I show you anything. So, I don't know if this has been seen yet because I've made 3 freaking videos on this thing. I have no idea if I uploaded one or if it worked out or not. All 3 made on the camera. One was an hour long and the camera ran out of storage space. Made another one. I think that one ran out of storage space, and I think I made a 3rd and actually uploaded it. I don't know. I can't remember. But other than that, I've been working on my little bits and pieces for this floating carriage. So this piece here represents these armatures here that float, and then they attach to said carriage thingy, the main frame pieces. The main frame piece has secondary pieces here hiding, which I'm going to grab one and throw it here. So it's sort of sit like this. This is the frame, and that's what it looks like in the picture there. I'm not showing you, that's the picture of the frame. This is what it actually is starting to look like. Now, I got to plan this. This is not going to look exactly like that. It's going to be a little bit more in reverse than that, because you've got to have pieces in the right locations or else this isn't going to work. I'm going to be making my own nuts, and that's why I bought the die. This design is going to change slightly, because if I make a washer sort of thing, and friction to friction those 2 surfaces as such, it will lock up, the bearings will not do their job. So I'll have a little tiny seat to make sure it doesn't go too far, and hopefully it won't lock up. But each internal rotation can be full of friction. The internals can be, but the faces cannot. Else they'll turn 1 to 1 all the time, and there won't be like a 1-2 sort of rotation thing happening. It means that there'll be too much friction there for them to do precision movements like we want. As of the other day, I got upset with this crap here, because this is just loose. You can't really calibrate it. There is no way to calibrate it right. I made this ages ago, years ago, used it, tightened up the screw. It is friction to move it, but it's still not really that great. So today I also bought a new one, and this is a proper one, and this is 100mm. I could have bought one that's 150, but I thought, you know what, it's a few dollars cheaper, I'm going to get the smaller one. I want the smaller one, because I lose it, then I'm going to be upset. I saved myself a few dollars on this, and I don't think I'm ever going to get to a 150 hole of any sort, or any reason to draw a 150 line. But then again, I could be wrong, and I just sold myself short 50mm. Would have been better for me to buy the bigger one, but I wanted the smaller one for some weird reason. So I've got it. I got the smaller one. And then I've got the die that I can't even freaking use. So the idea of the die is it's the same thread as this bolt here, and I can put this over this, and it's almost perfect. It's ideal in this situation. So if I make my bits the right size, then I can essentially put a nut. I can get a nut, put it over this surface here, and just have some clamping force there, and potentially set a limiter so you don't go too close that you make problems. So I got to make sure that I don't have the nut cause friction to the bearing. I need to have it nut to the stud and not to the bearing. And then I've got to make sure that the bolt that I'm making is not friction either. If either of those are friction, then I'm going to have issues. So this is going to be fun, considering this is my first actual engineering project, and it's got to be precision. I've got a sticker for plague bearings, and I'm guessing the reason they sell bearings is not for normal people like me doing this precision-y stuff. I believe that those bearings, specifically, the reason they have these bearings is because of skateboards, and they have the bearings for skateboards. But you can still use them for other applications. Dad's ground up this, potentially going to put this all back together again, that's what he said. And meaning, if we can do that, then we can actually make proper nuts, which is going to be good. Otherwise, I'm going to be, unfortunately, using my 4140, which is on the ground, which is 24mm, to make up the nuts, to also put threads in them, to also clamp onto the bearings. And yeah, it's going to be interesting how that works out, and if it's going to turn out alright. I have no idea how it's going to turn out, but that's, we'll wait and see. The turbo's still together, because if I touch this, then there is no going back. There is no one putting that on my car as it is anyway, so sort of at a dead end, a crossroads, should we say. I have to do all of this to do some other stuff, and on top of that, pulled out some carbide cutters, because I need to grab a lot of 4140. I need to figure out how many bolts I need, how many nuts I need, figuring out if I'm going to potentially put this together without Dad, or put it together with Dad and potentially cut my nuts using this cutting tool, because that will be interesting, and making it have 6 sides, so then you can put use it like an actual nut. Or if we had a knurling tool, actually I think we do have a knurling tool somewhere. I remember Dad brought something home, maybe that's the thing that looked like a knurling tool. I think we had a knurling tool, or we have a knurling tool, but I haven't actually seen it for a long time. So if we have a knurling tool, I've got no idea. It could have come with this machine as well, because I think they did knurling. I have no way of getting that cupboard anyway. But I'm looking to see, because we could even make knurled nuts. And if we knurl our nuts, you know what happens then? It means that once we have knurled nuts, they can be grabbed by finger and undone by finger. So if I make a knurl bar and turn that to my nuts, this is never going to open unless I open first this door. That one works. Then this freaking thing is in the way all the time. I can't get very far into this cupboard. And if I open this door, it opens. Okay, let's see whether I can find a knurling tool, because there's all this lathe stuff here on this floor. There is, I'm pretty sure this is all mostly milling stuff on this floor here. I thought I've seen one. I thought I saw a brand new one that Dad brought home or something. Or maybe he didn't, But there's some tooling in here, but I can't really see. It's too dark. It's too dark to see what's in the cupboard. So yeah, so there's this drawer here. And that's all collets. I don't think we can find a knurling tool too easily here, so unfortunately it doesn't look like there's no knurl tool at the moment. So bad news, no knurl tool. Can't knurl. So that's going to be a bit annoying. They're going to be a bit hard to get off, and they're going to get scratched to buggery. So, making the 6-sided nuts will probably be the best way to do it. Also, the reason I'm making the nuts is because they are very, very expensive at the shops. That is one of the reasons why I don't want to buy them. 3 nuts is about $10. So I was like, I've already got the material, why don't I just make the damn nuts on the bar? Because that will work. I can make the nuts, and then no problem, right? Well, we'll have to wait and see. I'm going to make everything up. Then I've got to eventually cut all my holes, put it together, and be done with it. And by holes, I mean I've got to cut those center holes there and then leave it alone. So thank you all for watching. Thank you all for joining in. If you liked the video, feel free to like, comment, subscribe. And, you know, tell me what you're looking forward to in any of the next videos. If you're interested in anything at all. This is going to take a while because we're not entirely set up to everything. We don't have all the tools, but we're getting there. So thanks and see you later, guys. Michael Mechanical out.